Ma'am, I want your DOR.
No, sir. You can kick me out of here, but I ain't quitting.
Get into your fatigues, Mel. By the end of this weekend, you'll quit.
Steve Jones was the son of a...
Good evening, Buff Nation. It is Monday, about 7:02 Central Standard Time in the H. I just want to come to you right quick and talk about the spring break the Buffaloes are on this week and the challenges they may face with that. First off, that means no practices, no workouts, no conditioning, no offense or defensive installments in terms of scheme and system, including special teams. When you get off to the good start that they had from the off-season workouts going right into the spring workouts, you don't want to lose that momentum. And when Coach Prime mentioned in one of his on one of the videos, I think it was Well Off Media, shout out to Well Off Media, D Junior, he said he didn't like that. And a lot of people, some people would probably say, well, you know, give the kids a break. It's not about working the kids into perpetuity. It's not about not giving them a break. It's about what he was beginning to build in the minds of those kids. He has to take a 1-11 team to an 11-1 mentality. And that's not an overnight process. It's not an easy process. It's a weeding out process. You're going to see a total turnover of this roster if he has to do that. A lot of players are talking the talk, but they're not walking the walk. In one of his meetings, not team meetings, but one of his meetings when they were inside the facility working out, he was talking about some players are acting like they're the guy, and they're not the guy. When it's time to be the guy, they're not the guy. And he challenges other teammates to, y'all need to check that dude, man. Y'all letting him walk around here with this inflated ego of thinking he is something that he's not, and you all are letting him get away with that. If we're gonna have a championship DNA on this team, y'all have to be accountable to one another. You have to be able to step to a guy like that and say, hey man, no shade, but you're not that dude, man. You can work to get there now. We all working to get there, but right now, you're not that dude. And Coach Prime took offense to that. And he said that in one of his Well Off Media. Go look at that Well Off Media where he all had him standing in the circle. I think he had on the black hat that day. And he was checking everybody for letting that foolishness go on amongst the team without it being checked. Going from 1-11 to 11-1. Well, why not 12-0? That's perfect. That's perfect. 11-1 is still reputable. That means they were vying for the Pac-12 championship on a year that UCLA and USC, which arguably are the best two teams in that conference lately. Now, you know, Stanford was running things for a minute. So USC and UCLA pulling up is not a major deal. It is and it isn't. It's not like they would just been running the table every year, trading places in a sense. Shout out to Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd for those who know what I'm talking about. I'm dating myself. Yes. So they weren't all that. Maybe when Reggie Bush was there, USC was on top. UCLA had a couple of runs here, but Stanford and Oregon was in that mix too. for some good stretches in there. So don't get it twisted just because USC and UCLA is leaving the conference that they're just like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? No, it's not like that. It's not that serious, but it's noteworthy. So it would be excellent. It would be an excellent exit for them if Coach Prime could defeat both of those programs convincingly. And like he likes to say, to dominate them on their way out of the Pac-12. Yeah, here's what y'all getting, Big Ten. Yeah, how you like it? How you like them now? Okay. Coach Prime wants all the players looking the same. And this is in the course and the context of building a championship DNA. He wants them all to look the same. Not offensively and defensively, but he wants them all in a uniform type of situation. We finna go to practice. Everybody has on a certain gear. You're expected to wear a certain gear. You come in the weight room. Don't come in there with white socks on. Remember the player he saw with the white socks? He say, son, you need to go. You're not dressed properly. We're not going to have any individualism on this team. You're going to dress like everybody. You're going to look like everybody else that you're supposed to look like. We're not going to have none of that attitude that led to 1-11. Not on my watch, not while I'm here in Boulder, Colorado as your head coach. I'm not going to tolerate it. My staff is not going to tolerate it. Keep all that in mind when you're trying to take a team from a loser mentality to a championship mentality. And finally, the challenges of spring break. I couldn't believe it when I heard it, when he was giving that team meeting before the kids was going on a break. He was talking about, hey, you're going to do what y'all going to do. And he said drinking and smoking. And I was like, wow, you talk about keeping it a buck, keeping it 100. He was keeping it 100. Now, I'm going to give you a little insight in what I believe he meant by that. But he was telling the kids to make good decisions. Do things in moderation. If you're going to drink in moderation. Don't be out there drunk, basically. If you're going to smoke, and there ain't too much other to smoke in Colorado. In Colorado, it's legal. It's legal to smoke marijuana. Shout out to Colorado. Okay, so there's some challenges that these kids are going to face. Now, why is this important? Because these kids have to come back to the same situation they left with the same vigor, drive, hunger, zeal, and desire to be the very, very best when they step on that field, every time they step on that field. He's trying to instill in them a mindset. I need your best. I need you to be your best so you can play your best. Every time we step on the field, I need excellence. You're going to get it from my coaches. You're going to get it from me. You're going to get it from the assistant coaches and the staff. You're going to get it from the trainers. You're going to get it from the chefs. You're going to get it from the people serving you in the dining table. You're going to get it from the janitors. You're going to get it from the student body. You're going to get it everybody's best. So why can't you give your best when you step on that field? When you see Coach Prime interacting with city council, with law enforcement, with representatives in Congress, he's trying to impact the entire community. He's like, hey, I need all of y'all on board with this movement. If we're going to win, it's going to take winning from top to bottom. If you're not down with that, then I don't need you around my program. I don't want you around the program because we're going to win with or without you. I'd rather it be with you so we can all enjoy the ride together when we get to the top.